guys, welcome to my channel. This is Empowered and my name is Millicent Kwasi. Thank you so much guys for joining me today. And yeah, before I proceed, I do have to explain that if you've been with me since I started YouTube, or since I started uploading content here on YouTube, you probably have noticed, or at least I hope you have, that I I changed the name of my channel. At first it was just my name and surname, but now it is Empowered with Millicent Kwasi. And I did that because I just felt that God has just been pointing me to that direction, that you know what, Millicent, you need to put a name to what you are doing. And I'm not going to lie, I was very doubtful. I was very scared to do that because this is something I've never done before, but I just felt strongly about it. Just God kept on like placing it in my heart that you need to do this, you need to trust in yourself, you need to trust in what I have instilled in you. So I felt I just needed to explain that, so that if maybe someone is noticing that, okay, why did she change the name and all of that, you know, so that's why I'm explaining that. So yeah, I have been uploading here on YouTube like the past few weeks. I did not upload a lot, I'm not going to lie. I uploaded just maybe like two, I don't know whether to call it videos because it wasn't videos, it was basically just voiceovers that I was doing, like sort of like podcast style type of thing, you know, because I'm not going to lie, I was struggling to find time to create content because being a parent is a lot, being a mom is a lot. It's very difficult to find time to just sit down and film content, but I don't want to bore you with all of that. I'm here now, and thank you so much guys for tuning in, and for those who recently subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing that. But today guys, I want us to talk about finding the courage to start. Like I just mentioned that I changed the name of my channel, which is something that I felt God placed in my heart for me to actually do. And I did mention also that it wasn't an easy thing for me. I was very scared, I was very doubtful, you know, I was like, me do this and all of that. So I want to talk about finding courage to start. And I'm using the word courage because I really feel that when you're starting something new, whether you're starting a business or starting a new career, or whatever it is that you're choosing to do, it has a lot to do with fear, or it can be a bit frightening to a lot of us. So I really feel that the reason why we do not start it is because when we do something, we already have a conclusion in our mind, and sadly most of the time it's not a good conclusion. Instead it is a negative one. You're doing something which you know you love, you've always wanted to do, like since forever, but once you are supposed to like put action into that, you start thinking negatively that if I do this, it's not going to work out, this is just not, basically not going to work. And like I did mention that I think that starting something has to do with being afraid, and because we are afraid, then that actually makes us to have negative thoughts, because you are basically afraid of taking action, not because you do not know that you have the capabilities, you are able to do this, you are smart enough to do this, you are smart to start that business, you are smart enough to do whatever it is that you want to do. And in that, you are not walking this journey alone. God is walking this journey with you. And another thought that I feel we tend to have also is the thought that what if what I'm doing, there's already so many people who are doing what I'm doing and whatnot. What I'm doing, like for example with YouTube, you know, when you're starting YouTube, you get discouraged easily because other people would start saying, but there's already so many people who are doing this, why are you doing the same thing that a lot of people are doing? And then when you think about it, there's plenty of careers out there in which there's a lot of people doing those, but there isn't a problem. So we shouldn't be scared to do things because other people are doing it. What I believe in is that yes, there might be plenty of people who are doing what you want to do, but none of them is you. Not any of them is you. And what is needed in that space is your personal touch, it's your personality, because there's nobody like you in that department or in that particular career that you actually want to do. And also, we don't want to start because we think that things need to be perfect. Like, we have this picture that everything needs to be perfect, everything needs to go according to plan, things must just fall into place, and forgetting that you are going to make mistakes along the way. There will be hiccups, this and that will happen, and in that, when all of that is happening, that's where you grow, that's where you learn, so that you become better in what you do. You don't have to have everything figured out for you to be able to do that particular thing that you're doing. What I think is very important is that when you want to do something, take that thing and submit it to God. It's okay to make plans and all of that, which is great. We make plans and then take that and submit it to God. So I'm basically here to say, get started. You know, that's for me and you. Get started. Get started not because you have everything figured out. Get started not because you are the smartest person in the room or the most qualified, but because this is something that God has placed in your heart. And not only that, but you believe in what God has instilled within you. Things don't have to be perfect. Things don't have to be perfect. You're going to learn as you go, or you're going to grow also in the journey. And I think the more learning, the more growing you do, then you yourself are going to figure out as to what is perfection. Because at the end of the day, we like talking about perfection, but what is perfection? And I also have to share that these people that we see who inspire us or who are so successful, they started somewhere. They started somewhere, they had a vision, and they probably failed so many times along the way, and that did not stop them from continuing on. And they probably are so proud of themselves because they decided to start that business, or they decided to go for their dream. One thing that I know personally that has kept me up all night is the knowing that, you know what, I want to do this, but not doing it. Because once God has placed something in your heart that this is what I'm calling you to do, this is what I want you to do, you are not going to get any peace. You are not going to get any peace. You might try and ignore it, you might try and do other things, but you won't get any peace until you get started, until you do that particular thing. So on today's video is just me basically saying that get started. Get started, not because you have everything, not because you have all your ducks in a row. You know that, oh, everything's going to be great and all of that. Do it afraid, do it, and trust in the fact that God will work with you. God will direct you. God will make sure that you succeed. Just put the fear aside. All I'm saying is that try and not even try, but put the fear aside. Fear will always be there. That's one thing for sure. That fear will always be there. Put it aside and go for what you want to do. Go after what you want to do. Get started, because we all have to start somewhere. And you'll be surprised a year later. That's one thing I've told myself, that you know what, I might be afraid to do certain things, but I'm going to get started. I'm going to do it and just trust that God is with me on this journey, because He definitely is. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please do like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you so much for your time, and you must stay blessed.